Hey there everyone, it's Gigi Sober Sun out here at the concrete on Okaloosa Island, and it's looking pretty gloomy. We've been up, well, the sun's been up for well over half an hour, but it is March the 1st. From the 24 hours a day book reading, AA Thought for the Day. When I find myself thinking about taking a drink, I say to myself, don't reach out and take that problem back. You've given it to God, and there's nothing you can do about it. So I forget about the drink. One of the most important parts of the AA program is to give our drink problem to God honestly and fully, and never reach out and take the problem back ourselves. If we let God have it and keep it for good and then cooperate with Him, we'll stay sober. Have I determined not to take the drink problem back to myself? Today, just for today. I may have shared before, I'm not a big one for saying not anything or never anything. But I would like to say that, but it's probably humbler to say, just for today, I'll avoid taking that problem back to me. I'll find something else to do. That's what I like about the Just for the Day card. And one day I will read that on here if I remember to bring it out. It's really helpful. I got it in my first year of sobriety when I was still living in England, and super helpful. Anyway, meditation for the day. Constant effort is necessary if I am to grow spiritually and develop my spiritual life. I must keep the spiritual rules persistently, perseveringly, lovingly, patiently, and hopefully. By keeping them, every mountain of difficulty shall be laid low. The rough places of poverty of spirit shall be made smooth. And all who know me shall know that God is the Lord of all my ways. To get close to the Spirit of God is to find life and healing and strength. Oh, that's some good stuff right there. For sure. Constant effort, though. That's the part that really used to really get me. When I started developing habits that I'm now learning about, the science behind habits and the whys of habits, and I really had never experienced anything like that. The only habit I was in really was getting off work, making sure I had beer or some kind of booze, and drinking until dawn, getting up, getting to work, and doing it all again. I worked mainly 4 to 11, 4 to midnight, 3 to 11, 4 to midnight kind of shift. So it wasn't I say it wasn't totally out of the ordinary to drink until dawn. You get off at midnight, drink for 6 hours. It's kind of like you get off at 4 p.m., you drink for 6 hours and go to bed at a decent time, really, at 10, 11 kind of thing. But yeah, it wasn't good. It wasn't healthy. When I got sober, I started reading this book, the 24 Hours a Day book. That was a habit. I would get up and I would do my reading. And And at one point, I got distracted from that. I felt like I was stealing time from God when I did that. And so I stopped doing that. Or I was stealing time from my family. Basically, I had little ones. And so that made it difficult. But all the more reason to do it. But when I started developing these habits, I felt like, almost like super spiritual. Almost, I remember thinking, you know, they're going to have to canonize me. They're going to have to make me a saint. I'm getting so good. And it was just really just developing habits. I know that was unrealistic to think, but I just thought, I've never been such a good person in my life. I don't think. And because I was all about having fun, partying. And now I'm redeveloping these habits because I have nothing really in my life right now to take me off course. I can devote all my free time to getting to know my higher power more closely. And that is the most important thing to me right now, next to my kids and my family. So here I am, doing these habits, redoing these habits, and y'all are helping me. So thank you. Prayer for the day. I pray that God's Spirit may be everything to my soul. I pray that God's Spirit may grow within me. Well, it says God gives us all a portion of faith. And I don't think it can grow in me. I personally believe that God fills every fiber of my being anyway. And it's more about coming in line with that truth. That God is omnipresent. He's everywhere at once. He fills every fiber of our being. So there's no growing. There's no need for God's Spirit to grow in us. Just believe and receive into your consciousness, not into your body, not into your spirit, not into your soul. Believe and receive into your consciousness so that you can life it out. Because until you believe and receive that truth, you can't life it out. I mean, if you believe you're no dirty, no good, rotten scoundrel, you're going to act like it. So when you know that God fills every fiber of your being and that you are a child of God with infinite worth, and you know that you know that you know that, you're going to act very differently. So go forth. Look up, aim up, and rise up. Love y'all.